Okay, welcome in. Ugh, it is getting hot, which is not great. Actually, it's only like 40 degrees or something outside, so. But earlier in the day it was a little bit warm, so it's sort of lingered, the heat. We're getting into spring and summer. It's like the worst time to stream. But we'll press on, we'll keep going. And press on we will. We're going to get back into a Tomb Raider Remastered. We've been going at this for a while, but these games add up a lot of time. I guess there's 3 of them plus the expansions. So we'll see what we can get done tonight. Back into Tomb Raider 3. We started this up last week and had some issues with the internet being bad, basically. So I didn't get to put in as much time as I would like, but I think we still put in a decent grip. And we started off just the first levels in India. Ended up finishing on India and moving on to the South Pacific. So we're going to pick up where we left off there. But let's go ahead and get started. See what we got going on here. Boot it on up. And let me check. Make sure everything is looking good here. There we go. Okay. Down we go, Tomb Raider 3. Last left off in the coastal village. Now again, as I stated before when we first started this, Tomb Raider 3 was the first game that I started playing. It was the game that I played off-stream while I did the original on-stream. So, still haven't beaten it yet. Haven't really had the time, because most of my off-stream time doing video games has been put into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and getting all the extra stuff there. But I'm sure we can make it through. We're picking up again with the coastal village. There is a secret around here. I know there's this. We got the key, which was under water, kind of like at the start of the level. So that's been taken care of. And now we've just got to find a place to use it, which I think is going to be that shack over there. Tomb Raider 3 was interesting. There's a lot of diversity with the levels themselves and their design and everything. There was also a lot of sort of new ideas, new mechanics being put into the game. We've seen that we've had the sprinting mechanic, the crawling mechanic. They added, for quality of life, the roll forward mechanic from Tomb Raider 5, so that was nice. But there's been a handful of other things as well. Let me see, don't know if I can make the jump. It's a little bit long, but I might be able to grab onto this. There we go. One of the but one of the interesting things about the level design with this game in particular is that there's a lot of alternate routes that you can end up taking. The key that we just got is one of those said routes, or unlocks that route anyway. I think when I played this game, the original one on PS1, a couple of years back, I ended up going kind of the longer way, so we'll go ahead and use the key here as a sort of, kind of a shortcut. Although I do feel like I might have taken this way before. I don't know. But, that aside, doesn't really matter too much. Fire, like any other fire in Tomb Raider, you want to watch out for. Even though it just looks like a campfire, you can still set yourself ablaze. Can't put it out unless you hit water, so don't want to do that. I'll save Crystal here. See, I knew something looked like it was going to be a trap. I just wasn't sure where it was going to come from. I thought maybe it was going to be blades or something. That's why I ducked. But I guess the The old Indiana Jones wall spears works too. Actually, what weapons do I have? I've got the shotgun, pistols, obviously. No shotgun ammo, though. I guess I don't really have much of anything, do I? That sucks. There are gators down here. Did I get hit with a blow dart? Okay, he's trying to hit me, but he's not doing a good job. There is a guy up here. That's what she's shooting at. All the way up here. Look at that. They look a little more soulless. And not in the meme sense. You know, like literally without any pupils or anything in the original. Maybe the pupils are all the way up there. They're just like, they got that weird Stanley Kubrick looking up while looking down thing going on. I suspect there's a warning that flashes up when you first boot up this game, and it only happens once, but they're like apologizing and warning you for the insensitivities of the developers of the time, and I had like bet that it's likely those guys. They're probably getting some ass pains about that. I remember when it first popped up. Boy, I don't remember if I was talking to a friend. Both of us like the Tomb Raider series, but we were kind of laughing at that and we're wondering, well, what could it be? And I was like, oh, you know what? It's got to be those like South Pacific native people because, you know, they're black. And I remember his response was, oh yeah, how dare they? I don't know, something about that particular response just kind of tickled me, but yeah, sorry, there's black people in the game, and they're villains. That's just how it be sometimes. But other than that, oh hey, there's a actual harpoon gun. We're never gonna be using that, I'm sure, but it's the depictions of the Venetians as ruthless killers in 2. Historically accurate. Yeah, well, could be any number of things, I'm sure, but yeah, you could be right about that. Too accurate for our tastes. Also, welcome in. Good to see you again. Also, at the beginning of the game, God, what is his name? The guy that sent us to go get all this shit in the first place, he called one of his fellow researchers retarded. I'm sure that doesn't fly well with some people. Oh, well. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people fell asleep during the Kate Sith minigame hell. It was. I wasn't. Was it really 2 hours after that? Because I felt like the Kate Sith stuff was like close to the end. I wasn't exactly anticipating it going for so long either. I kind of wanted to stop, but I wanted to stop at a point where, you know, I could get back into the open world. I really wish I would have saved before the Shinra Mansion. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been worrying about it too much. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I tried to like move as quickly as possible, but yeah, the Kate Sith was a nasty bit of business because we had to keep throwing boxes at other boxes and sometimes a switch or two. And then they did like 4 or 5. Who was it? There was the Yin Yang, which isn't really a boss, but I don't know. I guess it was like a mini boss. The fact that you have to take care of it as Kate Sith alone, I guess, makes it a bit of a boss. But we had to do that. We had to do the Forgotten Experiment, so that's 2. And then right after that, we had to do Vincent, so that's 3. And then we had to do Rosh after that, so yeah, 4 bosses in a row. It's a load of bullshit is what it was. But yeah, I didn't really want to stream for 6 hours, but yeah, that's just how the game kind of presses it. I ended up going back and doing the Nibelheim region earlier today when I had some free time, and it actually went by surprisingly fast Felt faster than doing all the shit in the Shinra mansion. But what sucks is that as soon as I wrapped it up, I go to the airstrip to see what's up, and then there is like a slew of cutscenes if you want to get like back into the real open world. So if you want to progress beyond Nibelheim, you gotta do shit. See, that's why I saved. I knew I was gonna mess it up. If you want to go beyond Nibelheim, you have to go through all these cutscenes and stuff, and I recorded it. I'll probably just play it at the beginning of the stream when I set that up again, but ugh. It's like I don't like doing that. I want all the story bits to be on stream. Sometimes it just doesn't end up working out. I did happen to take a look at the chapter listing. It looks like I've only got 2 chapters left in that game, so it's probably going to be rapidly closing up next time we stream it. It might be the last stream, we'll see. You son of a bitch. Where are you? These guys can poison you too if they end up hitting you with those darts. Poisoning was a brilliant mechanic that they came up with. Just for this game. Actually, I don't know if she could sidle once, hold on. Let's try this. There we go, okay. So as long as I don't go down a step, she can only sidle when she's hanging. She can't do it when she's using all 4 limbs. Oh boy, this is one of those tricky situations. I bet, well, you know what? I better save. Let's see if this works. Oh, it did. Good. Sometimes it doesn't end up working because it doesn't give you as much oomph as you need. I don't think you could jump that gap though, because her jump is too high and then she'll just end up bouncing back and falling in the water. I remember that being an issue when I played this before, so usually in those cases you could either do the rolling trick like I did, or I've seen some people do like a side roll or have a side jump, because that usually puts you at a lower angle. Anyway, we made it through that, which is most of the shortcut. I want to say going through here is like the way you're intended to go. It's sort of a waste of time, but I'm just curious to see where it ends up going. Oh yeah, okay, so this ends up at the beach. This is like as soon as you come out of the island area, this is pretty much what you're supposed to see. I guess you could see the shack too, but if you didn't get that key, you're not going to be able to do anything about that. So you end up coming through here and then working your way down. I remember this area being a pain in the ass. I did not like the tree canopy section. Climbing all over that. These are a pain as well, trying to get around these slopes. Never liked doing that. It's largely why I wanted to take the shack shortcut. But you got to get these gemstones. I think there's 3 of them. There's one sitting right there. And then you need to plug them into these snakes here, which unlock these 3 gates. But it is a pain to work through. The waterfall is an issue. There's all sorts of shit you got to work around. So really just go in the cabin way is the best bet. You miss out on some pickups, but I feel like it's well worth it. There's one of those crystals. Especially if you're doing something like New Game Plus, where you're trying to make, not necessarily the quickest time possible, but trying to avoid as many obstacles and enemies as possible. This probably seems like the better way to go. Oh! Yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. Where are we? Oh, okay, that's not that far. They got one of those rolling disc things. Reminds me of the, what is it, the Penitent Man trial in Last Crusade. It's got the rotating saw blade. penitent man is humble, kneels before God.
Screwed myself. I think it was showing me the light because the light activates the trap. I think that that shuts off the light, but it doesn't deactivate the trap. What? Oh, shit. Doesn't deactivate the spikes though. See this? Alright, let's reload. See, because I think after you jump past that little area with the spikes, that will get you into kind of like the main village area, but if those spikes are up and there's no way to get them down, I think that pretty much screws you out of doing the shortcut. And you would need to do the whole snake ruby thing anyway. Because that little water feature, whatever it is, it just spouts you back out to that whole section that we cammed over. Oh, what the hell? Gonna crawl down with me? Will they attempt to pass that, I wonder? I didn't even know that guy was there. I thought I heard somebody making a noise. Must have been him. Okay, let's see if this works. So, no light, no trap. Damn, I got poisoned. Alright, that's alright. I hear those tribal drums. I know there's somebody up there. She was pointing at someone, unless they ran away. There he is. Anytime I see, like, tribal depictions or whatever, sort of more cartoony like this, I always think of the old Superman. Not the animated Superman from the 90s, but the, like, really old Superman cartoons from... God, I want to say those are, like, from the 40s or 50s. I don't know. I used to have a old tape. Back in the day, you can... they just tossed a bunch of, like... license-free cartoons, or like royalty-free. What would they call that? I don't know I forget the exact term, but basically just stuff that isn't attached to any particular IP. No one has any ownership. It's too outdated. But they'd stick all these cartoons onto a single tape. They're like 100 cartoons. And, you know, it'd probably be enough for maybe 2 or 3 hours at most. And maybe it was like 30 cartoons or something like that, but I always like the Superman ones they put in there. We're watching those on repeat. Not too fond of Little Lulu or Betty Boop. Public Domain, thank you. That's the one I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, this is a bitch. You gotta watch the floor here, because that's quicksand. Unfortunately, there's no way of getting out of this one. So that's just like a huge trap in and of itself. Again, it seems like it's more animated in the original. And it's a lot more low-key in the remaster. Although I will say that they at least added some animation, because prior to the update, that ground was static. And you couldn't actually tell that there was, you know, any sort of quicksand or anything. It just looked like any other hut.
Sometimes the family would splurge and get like some Looney Tunes cartoons or something like that, but usually it was a bunch of like public domain, bunch of crap tossed together, but Superman was always on there. Anyway, my point being was there was a one cartoon where Superman took on like a tribe of natives and they were all dancing around a fire and had all these masks and a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know, it was creepy. It was weird watching it as a 3-year-old, I think. Nowadays I probably wouldn't care too much. I would hope. Come to think of it, there was also a Bugs Bunny cartoon that had something like that. Two tribal black guys depicted as goofy as possible. These guys never drop anything, do they? Why do they hide the lips a little more on the remaster? I don't know why he's over there. Oh. Wasn't aware I could just do that. I figured that was too steep. Oh, there we go. I was just about to cam to see what that was needed for, but I guess that showed me. Actually, that should be a drawbridge that's a little bit further up. It's a good thing I doubled back. I was never too fond of this particular level. This level kind of sucked. And then I liked the next level. The next level I thought was cool. We start dealing with dinosaurs again, which is nice. Some military stuff going on too. I think we pick up a handful of weapons that are pretty good. But then it sucks again, because then you have the whole section where you're going to do the kayaking stuff, and even the bits before it, even before you get to the kayak, is kind of shitty too. So, South Pacific is kind of a mixed bag. The last level is like mercifully short, but there's like a lot of traps that I was never too fond of either. And then the boss for the area isn't too fun. Although I can't really say that most bosses in Tomb Raider games are all that fun to deal with. Usually shit in one way or another. Bunch of murmuring going on in the backing track, but I don't see anybody. Oh, so damn dark in here. I didn't even know I was wandering into a secret, but I guess that's the point. Oh, whoa. What is the boss? Yeah, it's like a... Yeah, I guess it is kind of like a lizard thing.
I don't know. It's like some hybrid, like man lizard thing that kind of like sits on a throne. And then it summons more little man lizards to come after you, and then you gotta pick those off and get your hits in while you can. I think I remember using the grenades or something. It's like you gotta deal as much damage as you can before it ends up turning away, and then you gotta take care of the little minions and stuff. It's not a very fun boss. Each area kind of has something. I guess Area 51 doesn't really have a specific boss. It's kind of like a gauntlet type deal. London's got a boss, though. That one... Although that one is kind of more puzzle-oriented. I would say that the South Pacific boss is really more... probably the heftiest in terms of, like, action-based outside of the final one. And then Area 51 is like a gauntlet of enemies, and then London is, I don't know, it's like you have to avoid the boss and avoid getting hit, but you kind of more have to do like puzzle-oriented elements in order to defeat them. I guess there's a boss in, India, too. What was his name? Tony? The weird head case. Ah. Alright, I don't think there's anything else I can get here. I was gonna save, but I'll save when I get up to the top of this. Mostly a bunch of switches and stuff we're supposed to flip. Actually... Oh, okay, good. I was gonna say, that door isn't open, so I don't know if there's something else I needed to get, but I think we're alright. Okay, so... There's this platform we can get to, but I don't think we're... Can he hop up on here? Shit. Maybe we are supposed to get up here. I was thinking about hopping on those rooftops, but I guess there's these flat parts, so I'd probably end up sliding off of the other ones. So there's those flames back there in that tunnel. We'll need to come back to that in a sec, but I think we gotta do this stuff first. More harpoons. I want to say, yeah, in the original this was a little trickier to see. Fortunately, the lighting in this area is a little bit brighter here in the remaster, so you kind of pick out that there's this ladder thing you could do hand over hand with. I thought for sure there was going to be somebody in here. Ah, there he is. Okay. So that doesn't... I mean, the switch didn't show us exactly what happened, but I think it turns off... Or, well, no, I don't think it turns off the flames. I think it puts like a path over them or something. I don't know. Whatever it does specifically, I think we need to go back into the tunnel area here, so we'll go check that out. Let's see. Ah, I think that's what it did. Is it puts a little platform above this thing. Still got to be careful. Get a little singed there. Oh. Okay, crawling doesn't help me in that particular spot. Thank you, Akiri. I appreciate the lurk. Guy's hitbox was freaking out on me. Okay, so I opened up that door. I don't think there's anything else this, like, area has for us. There's that switch there, but I got a feeling, I remember, like, not hitting that. I think that might be, like, a trap or something. But also tell those spikes are just kind of right underneath it, too, so. Let's take a look at this, because I think it opens up the switch that we just previously hit. I think it opens up this thing. Yeah, it does. Alright. So there is a little trap door underneath the water here. Gator. Something about the skybox is just wanting to break through some of this level. We saw this little bridge earlier. I'm going to save because it is very easy to accidentally skip this cutscene, and I don't want to do that. To the point where I thought there was like a problem with the game, like I thought the cutscene like just didn't load. But if you like accidentally press a button like a split second after the cutscene starts to load, it just cancels it out completely. Okay, well, see, there's that. That didn't work either, so good thing we saved. Well, what do you do then? Just like a regular jump? There we go.
Not interrupting, am I?
Not bleeding, are you? Not about to use this place as a dunny?
No, and no.
Good. Good. Just don't want any fly-carrying visitors in here.
Right, I understand. What happened?
Woke up in the jungle with one of those little blokes snacking on my leg, didn't I?
A tribesman? It isn't usual for them to eat right off the bone like that.
Well, it was dark, and I never got the bugger, so I can't be sure. Something spooky is in that jungle. Our air carrier crashed up in the mountains. Every night some of my men would vanish without trace. Others fled in fear. Then this happened. So I brought the men down to shore for safety, only for us all to be captured by this greedy mob. Some sort of sacrifice to their god who lives up in the hills. So it seems I've not been invited to the barbie.
Maybe you're the dessert. Ripe flesh can be a bit of a delicacy around here.
For real?
Listen, we'd better get you out of here. Do you know how the tribe crossed the swamp down there? Which stones they tread on?
Yeah, but I'm staying put. With the this wound, I'd be like a fill-up station to every diseased bug in the bush. I'd rather be the main course at the real feast. Hey, if you see any of my men alive in there, direct them to the North Shore, will you? Away from here.
Of course.
Well, sucks for him. 2 out of 4 secrets found. Of course, we did skip over a good portion of the level by taking the shortcut, so that is part of it. Otherwise, not too bad. Got through in under 30 minutes, not counting reload time. But yeah, if you hit any buttons, and I think probably the problem is that in order to cross that, obviously you can't do a long jump. She just bumps her head on the thing and falls backwards. So if you're holding up too long after the animation is already completed, then it's just going to skip the cutscene, and then there's just going to be this guy on a bed, and you're going to have a map, and not going to know. Probably not going to know that you even had the map to begin with. But here's the map. Actually, looks a little bit better because you could tell the alpha'd out area isn't exactly alpha'd across the edge as well in the remaster version versus the original, but whatever. Anyway, the map is in reference to this spot here, so if you take a look, you can see that the spots on the map correspond with the stones in the swamp, which is what Lara was referring to. Otherwise, you're going to be choking up a bunch of quicksand. I don't know if I can make it through with a single... Okay. Wasn't the right one, I guess. I think the only way to get past this is to actually get to shore if you fall into things, so that's why it becomes a little bit dangerous. Sorry, Lara. Let's restart the level. Now, wait a second. I don't think that that noise strikes South Pacific tribesmen. That was more like one of those Japanese sounds. I actually don't remember this music at all. Oh, wait, that's not what I want. I was going to say, I would think it would be obvious as to which ones are the fixed platforms, because they shouldn't be moving, but I think this is the jump and that one is moving. Yeah, they still move just a bit. You can sort of see the outline of the platform, but... Oh, shit. Should have long jumped it. God damn it. I don't really always want a long jump because I get the feeling like I'm going to overshoot it. That sound right there. Oh, ah! Maybe you can't get back up on the slope. I can't even move. She's like stuck. Okay. that was weird. Secret. I think that's ammunition for one of the rifles that we get. Well, actually, you get two, like, machine gun type weapons in this game. I think one is an MP5 and one's like an M16. Ah, okay, shit. Not giving myself enough room to run, I guess. Now, wait a damn second, though. Hold on. I guess I should be able to make that jump. Okay. I believe this is where the dinosaurs start coming back into play. Let's see if I could coax something out. Nope, not yet. I have... Oh, when did I get a deagle? Oh, no, that's a grenade launcher. Never mind. Actually, the grenade launcher probably wouldn't be a bad idea right now. Grenade launcher doesn't exactly work like I thought it would. Ah. One of the most generic sounding monster sounds. Again, like page 1 from Sound Ideas. Sounds like a skidding car. Those velociraptors are tough. I thought they would be, but they took like 4 shotgun blasts and potentially a little bit of residual damage from a nearby grenade blast. Grenade launcher works a lot better in Tomb Raider 2. Unfortunate as that might be, but... Clever girl. I love their death animation when you kill them. It's like they're doing like a standing drop kick. Alright, so there is a path up here. Again, this is one of those situations where you can barely tell you could actually hang on to something up here, but I don't think this will do us any good right this second. There's like a bunch of stuff over this way. But I want to say that that leads up into the plane, which we need to get into eventually, but I think that's kind of more towards the tail end of everything. Right now, let's kind of take a look at the surrounding area, because I believe there's a handful of weapons we can get. A lot of shrubbery and foliage. Copies. I think they're always going to be aggressive. I don't think it's going to be like a monkey situation or anything. But we got this, which I believe is our MP5. It looks like an MP5. So that'll be handy. Do you have anything on him? I guess it's just implied that that was his gun, even though he already got a gun. This guy was dual-wielding, akimbo style, MP5s. But other than that, I don't know if there's anything in here. Oh, there's a switch. That might just be to get out. There's another switch. Well, one switch opened up this door and one switch did something else. I just don't know what the other something else part might be. I don't know if I should have jumped down here. There's these guys. I think they might be friendly as long as you don't attack them. Good job, guys. Hello. Okay. I might drop something if I shoot him, but I don't think I want to do that. Also good to know we could get back up that hill too, because there's another room back there. I'm sure there's something I need to get. I'll let him deal with that. Not like I don't want to help him or anything, but, you know, stray bullet could hit him and then he'd be all mad at me. Good job. He did it. There's a bridge down there. You could take a look. So in these waters there are piranha, which isn't good. We've seen what happens with those guys in other situations. There's a switch down there that needs to be activated, but you can't get down there unless you do something about the piranhas. Now, normally you wouldn't be able to, like, kill them or anything, but for whatever reason, I guess it got trapped or something. There is a raptor up top here, so we need to make our way up top. As much as I would love for him to still be alive and fight off the piranhas for us, it's more like he needs to be used as bait. Oh, shit. I'm sorry they didn't die. Look at that health bar. Where'd you guys come from? Oh, they must have come from the plane. Coming to help their comrade. I kind of was expecting to make a jump, but I guess it was a little bit too late. Maybe I should have sidled a little bit more to the right. Oh. He kind of just like pushed me. I don't know if I would have been able to make that jump if I was just doing a regular jump, but I feel like the raptor pushed me a little forward. shit. Did I actually fire at them? Son of a bitch. I was tapping single button presses too, to avoid that specifically. Hopefully they're not mad. Oh no. I didn't know there was going to be a drop. I should have saved. It's going to put us back a bit. Weird dripping sound. Alright, we gotta get the MP5, flip the switches, kill the compies. Oh. Odd collision detection on the dead raptor body. I do think these guys end up dropping like MP5 ammo or something. So, if you're hard up for something like that, it might be worth killing them. Hey, both the guys made it at the crash site. Okay, well at least this works. You know what? It takes so long and there's a potential risk to actually end up hitting the guys down below. I don't think I'm going to bother with that because I don't think he's going to be causing me any problems. Alright, let's make a save. Oh shit, no. That might have screwed me. Hold up. Oof. That did end up screwing me. Oh boy. I gotta restart that. That was really bad. I accidentally saved as opposed to loaded up the game, but I don't know where the point to get up from here is. I might be able to get out somewhat unscathed. Okay. God damn it. Hold on. You'd think it would be that point. Lara, God damn it. cost fallacy of me trying to cope with doing this. There we go. Thank God. is a victory in and of itself. Actually, hold on. That was rough. Oh shit. Okay, that didn't work like I thought it was. Maybe she slides back automatically. I should have killed that damn raptor. Yeah, thanks. Confident in my abilities to control Lara's movements, but can't get too overconfident. Okay, what we wanted to do in the first place. I wonder if I'm able to hit this thing from afar. Hey, it dropped. Cool. That's all we needed to do. I don't even think there's any items up here or anything that's worth investigating or trying to kill that raptor for. I guess there's a magazine of something. There's a couple things, I guess. Actually, I gotta learn what the hotkey is for this. Okay, I guess it's the same as the rifle in Tomb Raider 2. Wow, 840. Guess I'll save. Well, that was the way to do it. I think that's MP5 ammo. That little curved magazine, it should be anyway. Alright, health kit here. Just wondering if I could drop. That works. Okay, so now that the raptor's down there, regardless of what you do underwater, the piranhas will not attack you. So we needed to come down here in order to flip the switch. And that just kind of shows you right there that even if you're, regardless of what you do, if you try to get to this side by taking that bridge or whatever, it's just going to fall right underneath you. Ah, shit. want to say these are like timed maybe? I don't know why there's the spikes in this room or a bunch of spiked floors without this thing actually popping off. Okay. Oh, jeez. I don't really feel like wasting all that ammunition just to kill him. Okay. I believe this is what we came in here for. Which is Lieutenant Tuckerman's key. How'd they get up here? Not wasting any more time or ammunition on those. Not gonna see him again anyway. Alright, well, the first area done. There is another spot back here. I wanted to see what I could get in terms of like pickups and stuff in these two areas before we hit that up though, because there's a pretty big enemy over here. Which we ended up getting the MP5, so it's probably about the best thing you could get. There's a dude over here. Shit. He fought bravely. I think there might be two raptors actually. Is she just hitting the... Looks like she was just hitting the stump or the log branch. Those raptors make weird dripping sounds sometimes. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, take the spoils. Is there anything else? There's another tree and stuff, but I don't think there's anything on it. Alright. There's a pit in here. I was gonna say, I think... it's actually dark in here. Yeah, there's this route here, but it's blocked off. This is actually, once you go down to that pit, that's the only way that you get back up, because the slope is too steep. So, you gotta find a way to open it. Looks like there's a switch on the other side. I don't know if it opens up that specific door. I guess I could take a look. Oh, wait. Okay. Handful of pickups probably want to get right away. That was a nightmare. Lara and Turok need to hunt together. Would be handy. I guess Lara's not too bad at taking care of dinosaurs on her own, but having that Turok expertise. I'm kicking around the idea of actually streaming one of those. I bet you on the N64 it'd be a goddamn nightmare. Like a real N64, not like emulating. What's it? Night Dive would, actually, they've done all three. I think they've remastered those games, but I don't know. They've done all three of them. That's what I thought. I thought I remember seeing Turok 3 relatively recently released by them. Sometimes they're hit and miss. You have them all? Sometimes the Night Dive, that is, not Turok. Although people have their complaints about each installment. But the Night Dive, every once in a while, doesn't always execute as well as you'd hope they would with their remasters. Overall, they're pretty good. I like what they did with, I think they did Doom 64. Doom 64 was pretty good. Streamed that from start to finish. Were they all good? That's good. There was a game they did. I don't remember what it was, but I remember seeing it, and I was thinking, it looked like wonderful. Okay, so T-Rex is back. I got the key. There's like something weird about this. Okay, I know what it is. So once you get the key, that unlocks, I think, this door over here. So once you get this door open, you hit that switch. That's in here, and then I think you need to go back to the room that I was trying to access, hit that switch, and then that opens up the door back this way. You can kill this guy, obviously, he's got a health bar, but I feel like he's got significantly more health than T-Rex of previous Tomb Raider games. Also, apparently he can grab you from like 10 feet away. He's a big guy, so it's understandable, but seems to have, I don't know, pretty big grab distance. Let me out. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe I'll let him come back this way a little bit more. Seemed to work a little bit better last time. Out of all the T-Rex encounters in all three games, this one is probably the worst because they actually make it a bit of a threat. I think with the previous games, it's kind of like a cool moment, but they're not actually, you know, all that hard to remove. This one actually, does a lot of damage just by colliding with it, which I don't think happened with the previous games. And then on top of that, they also have the whole grabbing thing, which didn't happen with the previous games either. Just getting knocked around all over the place. Ah! What do you know? There's actually a hole that was in the original game that they have in the remaster. Remaster just poking holes in all sorts of spots in the levels. This one actually was in the original. Speaking of Turok, there was a Turok game. I think it was the last one, but the last Turok game that came out that I've been kind of keeping an eye on, sort of been wanting to get. I'm sure it's shitty, but I don't know. That doesn't stop me from wanting to see what happened to the series. Damn it, he followed me. Son of a bitch. Sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. This one seems to be more aggressive than the others. But the game came out like in 2013 or something like that, maybe 2011. Oh, was it that early? Shit, okay. 2008, Jesus. I didn't think it was that far back. I'm pretty sure it was 7th gen, so that must have been pretty early in the 7th gen life cycle. If it was 2008. Well, I'd like to get that, and then I'd like to get, well, no, actually, I'd like to stream, I guess I should say, because I already own it, but Dino Crisis 3, just because of how much of a departure both those games seem from the original. Of course, I gotta, like, play and stream the originals, too. So, I don't know, maybe one of these days. But, yeah, I got Dino Crisis 3 on Xbox. That one has already been ripped to the Xbox and everything, so don't need to do nothing about it. Parasite Eve 3, 3rd birthday. Yeah. That one, I don't feel like it was, I don't know. It wasn't that great, but I don't think it was as bad. Well, I've never played Turok 2008, so I guess I wouldn't really know in terms of that relation, but Dino Crisis 3 is not good. It's weird, I'll give it that much, but it's like, it's not good even from like a gameplay standpoint. I feel like Turok might be a little bit more manageable, just because of the type of game that it is. It just kind of looks like a first-person shooter. But Dino Crisis 3 was like coming off of oh my god, they're doing damage to the T-Rex. Maybe I should go back in there. But yeah, Doom 3 was like trying to build off of an old school fixed camera third person shooter and make it something a lot worse. See, I remember in the original game, every time I tried to kill this thing from up on here, he would just go back over to the nest side. And he wouldn't be able to hit it. I don't really want to waste the ammunition like this, but I kind of want to see if there's an achievement for killing it. It's such a pain in the ass to kill just in general. Just gonna walk back over to the nest. Wow. I did it. And I didn't get an achievement. Alright. I don't think I've ever killed it before. I think this is the first time I've actually done that. Well, with Tomb Raider 3 anyway. Hey, actually, this thing looks better textured than the previous two T-Rexes in the original game, anyway. Probably looks the same from the remastered point of view, but this looks better than the one in Tomb Raider 1 and 2. Taking a few cues from Jurassic Park with those sunken eyes, maybe. I've been watching a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff for movies in general, but a lot of stuff for Jurassic Park has been popping up. It's just been on like the YouTube feed, so every once in a while I'll cave to their recommendations and start watching something. A lot of interesting behind-the-scenes stuff with Steven Spielberg and a lot of the animatronics that they were using on set, and in particular ones that what I was looking for were sound design for, you know, how they created the sound effects for either the dinosaur roars or, you know, other things that were kind of in and around the area, how they manipulated all, and did all the Foley for it. But, I think now that we have both keys, we might be able to get up. Actually, I don't know where we're supposed to go. Hold on, let me go check down here first. Trying to think, the Tyrannosaurus Rex sound in particular, like you could definitely tell, because they usually add in a bunch of stuff from like several different sources in order to get the final product sound. Sometimes there's like reverberating effects that they pull from certain animals, and sometimes there's you know, high-end frequency sounds that they use, but you could barely kind of register them. But you could tell like the main sources that they actually end up using for, you know, whatever sound effect that it might be. And the iconic Tyrannosaurus Rex sound is like a baby elephant trumpeting off. And they said that when they had grabbed that sound, because they were doing it live, it was live Foley. It wasn't like sounds that they were pulling from a library or anything. They said that when they went out to grab the sounds, the baby elephant made that sound, and it sounded just like that T-Rex, you know, maybe with like a little bit less audio effect, but pretty much the exact same thing. And they're like, huh, that's weird. The handlers for the elephant were like, I've never made that sound before. And then they tried to get him to do it again, and they couldn't. So most of the T-Rex sounds you pull is just from that one effect. And they're just kind of manipulating it in certain ways where it sounds a little bit different, but not too much. For the Raptors, that one was primarily dolphin, that like hideous screech. And those are just dolphin noises. So it's always fun. Dolphins are some scary creatures. They're very horny, and they seem diabolical in some ways. I don't really like them. But other than that, I can't remember any of the other specific Foley things I saw. There's a handful for like sound effects. I remember watching it ways back for other Spielberg stuff like Indiana Jones, but I can't remember the specific sources for that. I remember weird stuff from like Star Wars, but these were more from like the old DVDs and commentary tracks and stuff. I remember for the Droidicas from Phantom Menace, and yeah, actually they might have only used the Droidicas in Phantom Menace, but the sound of them unfolding was like a sound of a windshield, or like it was like a car window, like going down from like a really bad car. Dolphins and penguins, that's right. They're not always that great, are they? I think I just gotta like get down here and get to a spot where she's hanging and sidle across. I was also watching one of those videos where it looked bad too. They were like, I replaced the Tyrannosaurus Rex in Jurassic Park with a more scientifically accurate T-Rex. And then they go through their process and they spend all this time and it looks like shit. Not even just like, you know, because of it's a realistic versus a scientific interpretation versus, you know, something stylized and handmade for a movie, but also just because, you know, you're, regardless of how well versed you are with CGI, you're probably not going to match up with ILM. It's like this big waxy lump looking thing wading through the rain. It's like, yeah, it doesn't really have the same effect, does it? What am I doing with this? Oh, I see. All these people always going for their like scientifically accurate who's its and what's its, and it's like, on one hand, I understand like the appeal, like, oh, this might be what it would have actually looked like if it was done in reality. But on the other, I feel like a lot of people are like snobby about it, and they're like, well, this wouldn't actually be scientifically accurate, and they're trying to do these things to like show up Hollywood. It's like, well, it's not the point. It's like they've been getting that back since the day, too. That same sound and Foley video that I was watching, the guy that was in charge of the sound was up on stage, like, giving some sort of sound seminar, and there was, like, some scientists that they had pulled out, and they're like, did you know that the Tyrannosaurus Rex would not actually roar, but grumble? And then... Like they were asking the sound guy for his response. It's like, what do you say to that? And he's like, yeah, it's a Hollywood movie. You have to get people interested in it and entertain people. You know, they're just like grumbling and rumbling. It's not exactly the funnest thing. So sometimes it's just as simple as that. Not everybody's going for the most scientific approach. Same people will harp on stuff like Star Wars for like, well, you know, there wouldn't actually be sound effects in space. It's like, yeah, well, it wouldn't exactly be fun to watch either, would it? But I suppose in certain circles that wouldn't matter. Some people just want the realism applied to everything. Gotta be careful with this spot, because this has these slopes here. I remember this section being a pain in the ass, because it's hard to figure out what exactly I needed to do. But tons of switches and levers and stuff that need to be pulled. Sounds like a toilet flushing in the distance. Ultimately, I think the goal is to get both of these, I don't even know what to call them, wooden ladder type things, in a position where we can walk across them. Oh, shit. You needed to jump right away. Didn't even give me like a full second. Not even half a second. Hold up a sec, did I? Okay, I did hit that switch. I'll just grab the crystal on the way back. Kept getting it beforehand, but I guess I didn't know that it was mandatory to jump on that middle pillar in order to get back. I made the mistake of dropping too far on that too. If you're hanging, her height extends by, I don't know, a good third of what it is if she's just, you know, using all four limbs. So you gotta be careful with that. Because if her feet end up touching the slope, she's just gonna automatically drop. Oh, come on. So I think a running jump would probably save me that. I think she could just, like, get her feet up on there without actually having to grab onto the ledge. Every bit of these games is a learning experience. I'm not going to try with the running jump just in case. Okay. Flip that back up, and we get our path back. The only question is what to do after we get it up from that point. So we'll be walking across this, or monkey barring it. And then that does get us here, which we eventually need to get to, but we need to... Alright. I don't know specifically what we need to do. There's something in here. We see that there's that switch back that way. It might be a case where once we approach this thing, the door will open, as opposed to being like lever based or something else, because I don't think there's any other way to necessarily do this. Only one way to find out. Kind of a shame too, because I just played this. Well, actually, February 14th was about a month ago, so I mean it's been a month, but I probably played this roughly 4 weeks ago, and I've already forgotten what she specifically needed to do. But, you know, sometimes when you're playing these games, you kind of just go through the motions and stuff. So there is this down here. I wouldn't be able to, like, come across that corner. Oh, so that thing at the bottom did actually end up opening once we approached it. So what we probably need to do then... Okay, not that. Shit. So we'll just see what's down here. Oh, it's spikes, okay. Okay, backflip. While backflipping, I could do a backflip turn, I think. And then I think hang on to the ledge and then drop from there. And she should be able to hang on to the ledge down below. And then we can pull ourselves up. I think that's what you need to do. Oh, no. Nope, that didn't actually... Well... Oh, this thing actually goes down quite a ways. I'm sure visually I must have seen that, but it didn't register with me that we could actually go down that far. I thought it ended like about where those ramps started, so I figured we'd need to slide off of that. But no, considering how far down they go, I think you just backflip right into the spot that you're supposed to get into. Just enough. Like right at the bottom there, too. Cool. Alright, so that pulls up the second gate. Actually, oh, okay, here we go. I was about to say, can she get back to a hand-over-hand position? Well, she might be able to. Hold on. But, I don't know. Then they throw the, that little spot, that niche there. Yeah, it doesn't look like she can. I think we need to, like, actually jump it. Well, hang on a sec. Might be able to do a long jump that way, turn around midair, and then jump onto the thing. I don't know if that's going to give her enough height. Nope. Well, that didn't work. I could probably... see about applying that same principle here. Ah, damn it. I bet you I could make that, but... what a weird predicament. Alright. I guess this works. It's gonna take a while getting back over there, but at least it's safe. I don't know if there is a way to, like, short that. Although you would think if the only way to, like, get back up to this, like, hand-over-hand spot from that point down there with that jump would be to do what I tried at first. Tried to slide off that slope and then jump right back onto it, but, I don't know, maybe I didn't have enough length with the jump. Obviously, the further out you get, the higher your jump is going to be, but didn't seem to work for me. Ah, here we are. And the fake Ark of the Covenant music. Okay, all that way just to get on top of the plane. You'd think there'd be an easier way to do it, but no. I don't think there's anything else up here. It's a big-ass plane, though.
Bishop's Key. And Tuckerman's Key. That gets the plane on. I was wondering what that other key item I had was. I guess it was the swamp map. Just double check, make sure there's nothing up here that I need. Okay. This is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins.
Oh my god, that gun went way out there. Alright, this segment goes on a while. I remember doing it recently and I was like, is this going to end at some point? So, we mustn't fret, despite the length of this. No, don't run out of here, gentlemen. You're just putting yourselves in risk. I guess I bet you Lara looks pretty cool on this thing. That works. Just doing my work for the YouTube thumbnail. Makes life easier. There's that hole over there, but nothing's been coming out of it. There's eventually, like, you gotta hit this thing or something. Oh yeah, there it goes. Like how the pieces explode. The gibs. Not over yet. You'd think you'd be able to destroy that bridge or something. Prevent him from continually coming towards you. I think when I first played this game, I thought that was the idea. Because I saw there was like a piece of the environment that could be destroyed, so I figured, oh, okay. You're supposed to destroy their entry points or whatever, keep them from spawning again, but no, they just send a lot of them at you. Pretty sure it eventually stops. Although, having destroyed that spot out there, I think we could probably just make a break for it. That it? Finally. Alright. I've tried in the past to destroy other bits. I think the one spot that could be destroyed is just this little bit over here. So no sense in trying.
just about at level end. Let me collect the save crystal and the health kit. I'm going to make a save because, once again, cutscenes are a little bit finicky with this game. If you happen to be pressing a directional button as soon as it launches, then that is going to prevent it from playing.
Is well for you. Me fasting this day. You make plenty good flesh pot.
You forget. I might be quite hungry myself. Famished, actually. Why did your ancestors
I was going to say, what is that supposed to mean? But then that reaction.
Kuma, bad place. Plenty flesh. But for the price of evil. Mutilation. The sixth leader, Mauki, were born without a face. Terrible stones. Men afraid. Run! Set curse of Maoki on the land. No one good enough.
But you still worship it?
White fella later come here with magic Kuma stone. In a day, we celebrate the death of him. The Feast of Smile.
One of Darwin's sailors. Poor fool. Where's the stone now?
He lucky fella that kill you. A plenty merry like you.
I'll be sure to point that out to him.
3 out of 3 secrets. Not bad. We ain't going to be getting it with this next level. Alright. Well, I rather enjoy that level. This is where the suckage starts. Let me take a look at what these guys look like. So here's the little dinosaur fellas. They're not quite dinosaurs. They're not quite fellas, but they're little dinosaur fellas. Pretty sure these guys can spray some sort of like noxious fume, or if they bite you, that you get poisoned or something. I don't remember specifically, but regardless, I don't want to be near them. I don't want to touch them. Okay, so I think the ultimate goal, just in general, is to get into this temple-looking area. However, you know, this is just a showpiece. Oh. So much a showpiece that it doesn't even have a back on this drawbridge here. You can literally only see that from the front. But we'll be working our way around to kind of get into the area. The whole reason the little guy comes up from that point, I think, is to show you that you can actually get down here. Sidled over a little bit, but I don't want to risk it. Actually, this looks a little risky here. Oh. Yeah, at least you didn't bump her head on the top. Okay. So that gets us back up here. I don't know if that switch does anything else outside of it, because we could have just, like, grabbed up on this thing. I was like, I know I need to get across here. I didn't remember how to do it, but it's just getting the overhead. But I don't know what else that switch is supposed to do, unless that's just literally supposed to get you out if you happen to get stuck in there. There might be another door or something along the way. Floor's a bit too steep, but we sidle across and get out on here. Alright. I think we need to, oh shoot. I think we need to open up that door, maybe. If not that, then that's just showing us where we need to go. I'll make a save here. I think I should be able to drop down on this, considering it's a slope. Maybe I won't do a forward-facing one. It'll just take a little bit of damage, but it's quicker than kind of gripping onto the sidewall there. Showing you an eventuality with that spot. Still no shotgun ammo, huh? Oh, there it is. Ah, you got me, bastard. Trying to back away, see if I could maybe lure him out to another spot, but didn't really have a whole lot of room there. I do realize I'm poisoned, but, you know, poison kills a little on the slower side, so let's see if there's any other enemies around here. MP5 got a little bit of range on it. Not bad. Alright, well, we got a sneak peek at what we'll be dealing with here. This whole rapid section sucks. And as far as I know, there's no way to bypass it, really. I don't really know why you come out here. There wasn't even an item that we could pick up or anything, was there? I guess just that save crystal, now that I think about it. Didn't even register me picking it up. See, the save crystal, they're so redundant now. It's like they're just a collectible. They have no other purpose. In the original game, if you're playing on console, you'd just be praising Jesus that you actually were able to find one, because you needed as many as you can get early on. This one, I think, definitely, this particular level in the South Pacific gives you the most opportunities to get save crystals, so might be a good, like, early get, but you have to work to get a few of them. sometimes it might not be worth it, because a lot of times you end up killing yourself trying to get to the damn things. Again, when we started this game, Tomb Raider 3 that is, not remastered, but when we started this last week, I was kind of debating what the first level would be. And typically, if you're playing the console version, you do want to do Nevada first, because there's a sequence there where you end up losing all of your equipment. And you don't really get them all back, so you might as well lose it early and deal with it, and then grab your equipment back from, you know, the other levels, from their natural locations and drops and all that, as opposed to doing it late in the game. But with this version, they don't give you all of your equipment back, like, right off the bat, but you do get a decent grip of it. And then there's a couple secret locations where you can find most of the other stuff that goes unaccounted for. But that aside, even without the need for, you know, trying to mitigate your losses early on, Nevada is probably one of the easier levels. In some ways, I think it's probably one of the more fair locations, as opposed to, you know, some spots here in the South Pacific and definitely in London. London is a shit heap just all around. Not a fan. So there's a number of different things here, and I've never really gotten, like, most of this shit. I think I don't actually know really where you're supposed to go, because what I always ended up doing every time I played this game is there's a little spot in here where you could duck into this point near the waterfall, and I always go in through there, but it registers it as a secret, which they always told me that was a secret way to go, but I couldn't ever fathom another way to actually get through this spot. You see the crystal on the other side. I think you can see it in the original as well. Oh, remaster, a little bit garish looking actually, but anyway. I think maybe you could, like, jump over here, and I always thought maybe you could, like, jump onto this rock and then that rock, and then you could long jump your way into here, but I'm pretty sure I've tried that before several times and it doesn't end up working out for me. So, I don't know. But yeah, oh shit. Yeah, once you get lost in those rapids, that's it. I don't know if you need to jump directly into it. No, you can just drop right in. So see, they do like that little secret jingle, but this is the only, like, viable way I could ever find to actually get into this spot. I think there's something down here. Oh, it's MP5 ammo. Back up a little bit. Or actually, no, move forward. I can't even see what I'm doing. Alright. Oh. Well, that didn't work. I thought that was a hang spot. Let me take a look at the original. Sometimes these newer textures are a little hard to make out. I still think you hang up there, but maybe you have to, like, jump back. There we go. Figure with the higher jump, with the regular jump, be able to make it, but cool. Just getting set ablaze for no reason. We're gonna have to come back to this side, I guess. Huh. Do I long jump it? I guess so. So the save crystal was a, gotta pay the price for it, I guess. Oh shit. Yeah, a little bit of a trap. I mean, there's water right beneath you, so if you catch on pretty quick, you're not gonna die, but still kind of sucks. That might have been a trap too. I wasn't even sure if I could get back up from that point. Gotta stop being so trustworthy when I see a save crystal. I don't even really need them. I'm not trying to get all of the crystals in this run. There's one that I've never, ever been able to get. There's actually several in the upcoming area. Once we get to the kayak, this is going to be like the worst part of this level. It's really, really bad. But still, there are a number of save crystals that I think can only be accessed when you're on the kayak. The kayak controls so god-awfully. It would be like some form of miracle if you were able to get all of them. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. Even the first one that it teases you with here, there's this one over here. I don't know how you're supposed to get that. I think you're just supposed to get lucky. But, you know, I've had saves like right before getting to the kayak and trying to attempt to grab it several times, and you know, after a half dozen times of me not getting it, it just doesn't seem like it's worth it anymore. But I've never been able to do it. Thought as much. Here he comes. Wasn't actually my intention to jump in. Well, you know what? I don't know if I can get out, actually. I believe there is a switch down here. I got no clue where it is, though. The kayak is one of those vehicles I was hoping they'd actually change with the remaster, but it's still a pain in the ass to actually maneuver this thing. Much like a real kayak, you know, if you want to turn, you have to like row on a particular side, and moving forward changes your direction from like left to right. So that's always a pain. I also don't know how to actually get out of the thing. I think it's supposed to be the jump button. It always changes between the action button and the jump button, but I think it's the jump button. I do need to get out of it though. Okay, wrong side, but alright. Alright, where is this switch? There it is. Damn it. Bastard could still gnaw on me when I'm interacting with something. I've heard that there was some sort of mix-up with the coding, like when you move backwards, you move a lot faster than you do when you move forwards. And I've heard that that's some kind of mix-up where you're actually supposed to be moving at the rate that you do backwards. Because, like, watch this. Like, moving backwards, you move so much faster and in much more of a straight line. So sometimes my approach will just be to, you know, try to turn the kayak backwards and go that way. But there's such a strong current that pulls you in the rapids here that you can barely move anywhere. This and the minecart are two of the shittiest vehicles in Tomb Raider. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. These just are awful. So, hey, we cleared this part. It's hard enough to do like this much. I just want to see if I can get this crystal back here. All the intense music time on this. Hey, I did it. I don't think I've ever gotten that crystal before. Yay. I don't think there's anything else out here actually that we need. There's like that little spot in there. I'll just cam over here so I can see what it is. Oh, this is just in this area. Buffering a bit, uh-oh. Let me take a look. OBS says the connection's good. I could tell when the bitrate goes down on OBS. Also, it doesn't say that I've dropped any frames. Let's hope that was just client side then? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, if there's any issues, let me know for sure though. That way I could just take a peek at it. Yeah, but I don't think there's anything else around this area. And I've never gotten that crystal before, so. Okay, so it wasn't just Solidus. Alright, well, that's concerning. Let's hope it was Twitch, and not me. Still, I mean, anytime there's bitrate issues on my end, like the internet connection isn't going great, OBS will tell me. That's the first thing I look at. Oh, Twitch's status bar is like secondary, because they'll usually tell me late. Oh shit! Oh shit! Hey, oh. I was gonna say, I think the red bars are like trap activators. You know what, son of a bitch, I wonder if with that update, if they changed the way the kayak functions, because it does seem like I'm able to pull away from some of the rapids a little bit easier. Okay, this part still ain't great. But I can tell you 100% that I've struggled with that area, even like pulling away into that corner. Let me see if I can go this way. Shit. Uh-oh. Alright. Perhaps I spoke too soon. Oh, Lord. What an awful, awful place this is. What the hell? Okay, I'm just reloading. I like got stuck there for a second. I don't know what that was. Okay, so and this concept of the kayaking is a pain in the ass as well. Lara, I don't know. This might be an opportunity where we probably want to be facing forward. But there are these red lines, and basically those activate traps. The very first time playing this game, I wasn't even sure what that was. If you hit one of the green lines, that deactivates traps, so you kind of want to make your way towards those if at all possible, but it's a little bit hard sometimes. I want to say this coming over this way, and you can take a decent amount of fall damage, it sucks, but coming around this way, going to the right is better than going to the left. I don't know, I take it back. I don't think they actually changed up the controls at all. It seems just as bad as it was back in the day. For a second there, I felt like I was pulling away from the current a lot easier than I remember it being, but yeah, this section's still a pain in the ass. It's mostly like orientation, when you're trying to orient yourself in a particular fashion and try to go in a specific way, it's really, really hard. And then you also don't want to be going too fast in any given direction, because again, you can take a lot of damage that way, whether it's fall related or not. Okay, so we crossed that green line, those chopping things stop chopping. I'll go ahead and make a save here so we don't have to deal with that initial waterfall. And I want to go to the right. I was trying to back my way in there, but that seemed kind of difficult. That might be the way to do it, though. So again, rowing backwards is a lot easier than rowing forwards, so sometimes trying to back your way into something is the best approach. The only problem with the kayak is that you can easily, like once you bump up against a wall or something, if there's any collision detection with the kayak, it's going to bump backwards, so you have to watch out for that. If this was New Game Plus or, you know, the PlayStation version, I would not be able to be making all these saves. You'd have to pretty much do this in one go. I guess you could sacrifice a save, but you'd have to kind of really know what you're doing and where you're going exactly. Anyway, this is the second part of like the shitty rapids section. You know, I could have sworn that there were, in the original version of this game, there were save crystals. Like all up in this area. Oops. No, I'm good on rowing through spikes. Looks like a hell of a drop. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Okay. We've made it to the area that we need to get into. Very confusingly, I remember not getting this right at first, but there's actually a waterfall that you can paddle up, which you wouldn't think would be possible, but, you know, once you're kind of like going around the area and struggling to find out where exactly you need to go, then it strikes you that maybe you could come up this spot. But you gotta like paddle against the current, and you can do it quite easily. And get up in here. Come on now. I think I'm hitting that one waterfall a little bit too tight. Keeps bouncing me back. Alright. We made it. Well, that's one of the shittiest sections in Tomb Raider. Just in general. It's like all Tomb Raider. There are parts of Angel of Darkness that aren't as bad as that. And that game is just like all suckage. Once again, I don't know how the hell to get off of this thing because I attempted it earlier and somehow I was able to manage doing it. I think you need to hit... Usually you need to hit two buttons at the same time, like left and then like an action or jump button, but nothing seems to be working. Hey, what's up, Chris? Long time no see. See, I'm doing that. I always thought it was because if it's not the roll button, then it is the then it's the jump button. So I've been alternating between the two, but I've definitely been hitting a direction button and the roll button, and she's not wanting to get off. Okay, now she did it. But I mean, you could hear the clacking of my controller, no doubt. So I was trying it a dozen times before we actually got the damn thing to work. I know she could jump off a ledge like that, but I was still alternating between the two. Because I'm pretty sure I've done it here. I don't know, maybe it's a remastered thing. Although, you might not be familiar with that. But I seem to remember doing it before, just having her roll off onto a ledge. But, yeah, I was still trying to alternate between the two, just in case. So, maybe I wasn't pressing it at the right time or something, I don't know. Alright, what do we got? Hand over hand? Okie dokie. We'll make it through. This actually kind of makes me nervous too, because this is where we start getting these flame statues. You have to time your climbing. That might have been a little late. I still made it. Oh, don't stop. Lifted my finger off the controller for a second, but just good enough for it to not register. All right. And what do we have here? Oh, this is our rocket launcher. Nice. Won't be using that too much, but it'll come in handy at some points. I remember this being a pain in the ass for whatever reason, getting like this health kit. Maybe it wasn't this, but maybe it was the ammo on the other side there. Yeah, because that wasn't too bad. Don't think you're supposed to be able to jump it. Well, you might be able to. Hold on. The ledge does go deeper on the side here. I did just save, so I'm willing to try it. Oh, hey. You actually can. Nice. Only thing is, I don't know if that's a climbable spot. I don't think it is. I think we need to jump back. Okay. Oops. Move my mic too close. One more round of hand over hand stuff, and then I think we're done with this. Not the level, just the hand over hand stuff. Yeah. Sometimes the free cam is kind of handy, but it messes up like that. Ah, shit. Damn it. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 not save. It's not worth it for all of them. Well, it's not worth jumping across just because of the time factor, I guess. I'd rather just get back up to the hand over hand spot. But let me grab the large health kit. Just timed it again. This spot is a little harder to see. Maybe it's just like the depth perception or something. Some of it looks pretty dang good. There's been a handful of spots. I mean, we've been doing comparisons. Obviously, you can switch back and forth between the original views and the classic and the remastered and stuff. But I do think some of the water looks pretty good. There's a couple spots where they previously didn't have it all fixed up, and some of the water looked a little static, more static than it probably should have. And some of the lighting choices are a little odd, but for the most part, I think there's a lot of good visuals with the remaster. I'm pretty happy with how they handled most of this. Like last time I played this game was on the PS1 too. The PS1 has its charms. I'm one of those people that likes the particular PlayStation 1 style graphics, but so I might be a little bit biased, but I know a lot of people, my friend included, who's a big Tomb Raider fan, he just hates the original PlayStation visuals, though. I always preferred them to PC. I thought PC looked a little bit too clean for as low grade as the visuals were. I feel like PlayStation's lower resolution definitely helped kind of sell the look of it. That or any other old console, like if it was on Saturn or whatever. Still convinced that they accidentally released a beta version of the game, and the last update was supposed to be the day one patch. A lot of people have been speculating on that, yeah. I know there's a lot of big talk going around on the Tomb Raider forums in particular, where they were like, well, the EGS patch version, which I had installed, I was actually going to stream some of that, but it ended up happening too late. I've been trying to balance this game with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and it's been a little difficult doing it. But there was still a number of things from the EGS patch that were not in this version, which made me think that maybe that version was the beta. It took them a long ass time to get this shit fixed. And I don't know if there's still problems. I sort of looked into it half-heartedly, because I wasn't like too concerned with it. By the time that the patch rolled out, I mean, I was practically done with, at least on stream, I was done with 2 and moving on into Golden Mask expansion. So it's like, well, shit, I'm almost done with the game anyway, so what does it matter? But, you know, I was kind of half-heartedly looking for a complete patch listing to see what specifically had changed, and it's like the patch release notes didn't even show all the changes. It's like there was like a fan-made list that was showing everything that got changed, and it was like twice as long, and I don't even think it was complete, because they were still asking. They were asking people like, if you notice any other changes, let us know, and we'll include them on this list. And it's like, well, Jesus. The changes in this version aren't just stretch textures and lighting issues. This looks like a complete overhaul. I noticed it more because I don't know. I'm assuming you played it too, or have you just been watching? Because I guess it'd be harder if you were just viewing other people play it to kind of determine the changes. But I was playing Tomb Raider 3 on my own while I was streaming Tomb Raider 1. I feel like the biggest overhauls were in Tomb Raider 1, and I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe it was just because I was playing it on the Steam Deck, but I kind of feel like Tomb Raider 2 and 3 didn't have as big changes. You had the EGS version? Ah, okay, I got you. So you had the version that everybody was envious of for a good 2 or 3 weeks. I barely noticed any changes with Tomb Raider 2. There might have been a couple. They definitely changed up some stuff with the Golden Mask. Because I remember seeing some people play that and sharing screenshots of it, and like some of those spots in particular looked like shit. But I noticed more changes with Tomb Raider 1 than I have with 3. With 3, I'm not too certain what has been changed and what hasn't. I think the version, because I disconnected. Oh, that's right. You're right about that. 40 Fathoms was changed quite a bit at the start, but I don't think any of the other levels were. Like, I don't feel like any of the other Maria Doria stuff was overhauled all that much. So while I'm streaming this is the first time I've seen any of this patched. So I haven't seen Nevada yet. I'm assuming that they probably changed up a couple things. I remember in particular the quicksand being static, much like it was here with a lot of this South Pacific stuff. So I'm sure that will at least look better. Yeah. Again, I sort of kind of looked over patch notes, even though the official patch notes were super short. I mean, I definitely looked over those, but I was trying to take a look to see if somebody had like an actual complete list. Don't know why they wouldn't want to disclose everything that they actually patched, unless they were like embarrassed about it. That might have been the case. They're like, ooh, we got to change a lot of crap to make this better than it was. It's not going to look good on our part if we list all of it, because apparently it was a lot more than what was on their official list. But yeah, even just seeing what little changes I feel like there have been with South Pacific here. I mean, definitely like the quicksand and everything has all been touched up. I mean, it was still an issue in India as well, because quicksand was static in there too. Ah, here we are again. I think the next level I'm going to end up doing is going to be Nevada, though, so we'll be able to take a pretty good look at it soon-ish. Oh, there it is. Oh. Well, shit. I'm always afraid that's going to happen, and then it usually doesn't. Oh. We did it again. Oh, hey. Oh, damn it. She can't jump forward. Ah, son of a bitch. Even jumping in place, it moves you forward just a smidge. Kind of wondering what they're going to do with London. London is such an ugly set of levels. If there's going to be any changes with that, but London is hideous in original, and I didn't think the remaster looked all that great either. There's a couple things, you know, some of the meshes. Some of the models they put out looked okay, but yeah, it's a series of unattractiveness for sure. So if they overhauled any of that, I think that probably would have been best use of their time, but also might have been a lost cause, so who knows. And I can't imagine anything in Antarctica would be all that demanding. Maybe the city of Tinos or whatever. But other than that, it's just a bunch of corridors and ice blocks, so I get the feeling like they wouldn't have needed to have changed up all that much. Alright. Man, I could have sworn... Oh, that was a big drop. I could have sworn that there, in the original version of this game, there was a save crystal on a couple different points in that particular room. But I didn't see anything this time. Looks like I could get in from out here. Now that's just the level, like, cutting through itself. That's weird. Old interior and skybox trick, I suppose. Ah. Yeah, even with the original visuals, I don't even know if I would have immediately known that this was climbable. I guess there would be a gap there. Ah. Those guys burp. Oh, their death sound. A little bit. Where did it even crawl up from if this thing was closed? Switch into original. Oh, here we go. Sometimes it's easier to see levers and stuff that need to be pulled with the original graphics. I think that pulls up the plug. This goes back into the kayak room. Good, good. Actually, I should probably save here, because here I'm thinking it's going to be easy to get in there. I think if you don't hit the curve on this right, you could just drop straight in, end up dying from fall damage. At least in the kayak. Oh, there's water down there. I wonder if I would just started swimming, if that would even be an issue. She might die if she just hits this water, though. Trail of blood. One of the biggest differences I was noticing with the remastered and the original lighting was specifically like the color tinting. There's a lot of color tinting that goes on with Tomb Raider 3. Like you'll come across a lot of areas that'll have like deep, deep purples and reds and greens and stuff. Makes it very striking. A lot of contrast, especially when the levels are on the darker side. But it doesn't seem like you always get that with the remaster. With the remaster, a lot of the lighting tends to be neutral. Even with this, that looks pretty cool too. It always bugged me every time I see it and I switch back, but the flickering of like the torch lights is not present in the remaster either. So, not too fond of that, but what can you do, I guess? Alright. We've made it. It's the final level of South Pacific. Trying to avoid getting hit by that guy on the left, but didn't end up saving myself anything. Just didn't want to get poisoned. Actually, I think there's another guy up here, so I might as well just see if I can take him out too. Probably gonna end up needing another health kit if I use one early anyway. Wrong way. My controls are all mixed around. Surprised those don't make a sound at all. Every once in a while, there'll be like something very, very muted or quiet in the remaster version. And I'll switch over to the original, and then there's just like a block of noise. I remember somebody questioning, they're like, how the hell am I supposed to do this? If you look at it, and I think one of the only reasons why there's even like a tile grid pattern on the floor is because of trying to learn your placement here. So if you take a look at the grid on the floor, you could actually see where you need to kind of like step in to avoid getting wrangled by these things. Switch on the other side, right? I think the pattern on here that we could step on safely is red-black. Yep, I saw that. Hold on. I saw that too. I don't know what it is, because both Twitch, it might be, I don't know, it might be Twitch having a problem this time. Maybe not. I mean, sometimes my internet gets shitty at night, but the only thing is, though, is that OBS isn't reporting that there's any problems, and I'm not getting any drop frames on that end. And then Twitch, for sure, would tell me if the bitrate was slacking. So I saw that disconnect, though. I saw the little, not like this stupid emote that popped up with the old Technicolor background. So I'm not sure what's going on. as far as any readings that I have on my personal connection, they seem to be okay, but I don't get it. Anyway. I think, yeah, red-black seems to be the winning combo here. Red on the left, black on the right. But we need to hit all 4 of these. Oh, shit. Should have jumped off of it. Temple of Puna. Damn. I ended up taking more. Actually, didn't think I'd actually get hit. Oh, good. Okay. Hit all 4 switches. Gates open up. Probably would be prudent to make a save here, too. They did just give you a crystal back there. At the very least, even if you're not using, you know, save crystals for their intended purpose, because the game doesn't feature that, you could at least know when you need to save. Oh shit. I thought there was just 2. Let's reload that. Okay, one's on the other side, right? You can at least angle yourself up. Let's press this one right off the bat. I was thinking of potentially using a health kit. It might have saved me there, but... I don't know. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for me, brother. I was wondering if it might be better just to do a full-on drop, but it takes her too long to recover from that. And I need to really move a little bit more to the right when I run over to that side. Yeah, probably not gonna make it. Did I make it? Oh, I actually did. Yeah, that part kind of sucks. This part kind of sucks too. I guess it's better if you know it's coming. Well, what kind of weapons do I got? Still not really good on shotgun ammo. We've got MP5, rocket launcher, grenade launcher. Really, altogether, not that great. We might be able to do something with the rocket launcher potentially here, or maybe the grenade launcher, but probably isn't going to be the funnest battle. Did they ever fix? No, they did not. The issue with going into photo mode with a flare. The light does not register. I better not do anything too hasty. I don't remember specifically what needs to happen here. As shitty as it might seem, the MP5 might actually be a better idea for this. Just because she, like, takes her, like, sights off of the enemy at the hint of movement, but still. There it is, the old crystal lizard. Oh, and there's this guy. Oh. That's what happens. Huh. Alright, maybe the grenade launcher is a better idea. I don't remember him, like, being able to one-shot you like that, but it must have been how it always was. Or maybe not. I was able to hit him dead on. I guess he has to fully turn around. Maybe I'm just trying to shoot it too early. Wasn't doing too bad until this. Oh. It's a pit. Well, I mean, we could get a good hit off of him. Let me try the MP5, actually. Get a good hit off of him. Like the first time around. See, this is more consistent. I'm sure if he could land a couple good hits on him with a grenade launcher, it probably would be better. But anyway, the grenade launcher in this game kind of sucks. It doesn't seem to explode on impact, but it kind of like rolls around. But then again, sometimes it does explode on impact, so I don't know what the whole idea is. Maybe you're just like hitting it at a wrong angle, but it seemed a lot easier to hit in Tomb Raider 2 than it is in this game. I don't get it. But regardless, the MP5 is the way to go. More accurate, even just hopping back and forth like that, you can dodge all the shots that he does at you and still hit him pretty consistently. And the MP5 does a decent amount of damage, so not too bad. Alright, we got 2 locations left. Well, 3, but, you know, as far as what we could choose. We could either do London or Nevada. I think I'm going to go for Nevada, though. My God, look at that. Even in the original, I kind of want to go back. It's like, even in the original, I don't think she had that much cleavage. Get out of here. Damn birds. The tragedy of SSD loading times. Yeah, no kidding. I'll install, maybe I should have installed it on the HDD. I'll do it next time. Alright. Well, in my opinion, Nevada is one of the most unique levels in, just in general. You know, with the Area 51 and the desert and everything. Very unique in the series as a whole. So, I've always liked. I think probably the set of Nevada levels are my favorite in Tomb Raider 3. So that should be quicksand. But even just like the intro area, this place isn't bad. I just think it kind of goes on for a little while. It's probably longer than it should be. And then once you get into the facility, I think the facility is actually really cool. It's better than what they attempted with Tomb Raider 5 and Von Croy's like building, his skyscraper that he owned. Definitely better than the cityscape and skyscraper level that they attempted to cobble together with this one too in London. But I think as far as like a you know, sort of more urban environment, it's probably a little bit better. Even though it's fairly rural now. There's something with this. Like I think there's a secret back here. I can't push this any further, which is weird. Now we need to go up here. This is like the route we need to take. I feel like there was something back there. Maybe I need to drop down one of these. Well, I can't drop down on that. As stupid as it is, barbed wire in this game actually acts just like spikes. So bunch of snakes down there. Obviously there's stuff, but how to get down there, I do not know. What is down there? A med kit, flares, and a save crystal. Maybe considering how this is bundled up, potentially I could drop down on that spot. I think that might be it. You know, if that's the case, though, I don't know if I'd be able to get back out. Yeah, maybe I would. I saved relatively recently. I guess we could give it a try. Oh, it is a safe spot. So we get back out easily. That was my fear. I was like, wonder if I'm going to end up getting locked in or something. Nah, we good. perfect jump. Whoa! Oh. I swear I was able to zoom in on this a little bit closer before. I took a picture of this and I was kind of sharing it around just because somebody was curious what the models ended up looking like. Pretty good recreation. I forget what exactly this particular jet is, but you know, it looks good. One of them stealth jets. I was looking around at it. I saw the flighting force thing. I thought that was weird, but when I was looking at it awful close, oh come on. I saw the digital forms, and I'm like, what the hell? I thought maybe this was just, I was starting to fear that this was just a model that they had ripped off. Not ripped off, but, you know, like a model that they had bought wholesale from like some sort of site that just sells them. But I guess Digital Forms was the people that ended up doing the reworked models for this game. So it was actually somebody that they worked with and not necessarily something they, I guess they technically bought it in a sense, but they bought customized work as opposed to like just freeform or whatever. But some of the other stuff they did was pretty good. 2. Not saying that one was bad. I just don't know why they put their logo on the ship. Seems a little weird. What is that dripping sound? You know what? Maybe it's the... I hear it like every once in a while. I was hearing it back in the South Pacific levels too, but I think it might be the quicksand. Quicksand makes some sort of weird bubbling noise, I guess. I'm not too confident on what I'm exactly supposed to jump on here, so I'm just going to make a save. See? It wasn't that one. Oh, whoa. Kind of came at that at a weird angle. See, I almost thought that looked a little bit too steep. The one to the right looked a little bit flatter, but I guess they're both flat enough. Oh, shit. Eyes too focused on the objective. Didn't quite work like I had envisioned, but doesn't really matter, I guess. This part always, I thought, sucked. I never really enjoyed doing any of this. Okay. Wasn't exactly expecting that. There is stuff down here, so it's not 100% a loss if you end up falling down. Although, I do think there is a secret location where the only way you could get out is by jumping down into the river anyway, so probably would have been better to see if I could get to that first, but yeah, you know, when you bounce back off of things, you can't really control yourself. I suppose I could have been hanging onto the grab button, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting it. But a lot of pickups at the river here. There might even be more. Yeah. Worth it getting some shotgun shells and stuff. those situations. Like I have to jump off of something and then I really don't. Long jump, but still can make it. Alright, well, now that we've gotten all that, try not to flub it up getting across this thing. I thought I had enough running space there, evidently not. Oh no. Birds of prey. Oh. Okay. Hey, since we're coming up at the top of this, good opportunity to actually take a look up here. I think they reworked this skybox, because I do not remember it looking this realistic looking when I played it originally. In fact, I remember scoffing at it, because I was like, boy, the remaster version looks less realistic than the, I guess in a way it still does, but I was like, it looks less realistic than the original version, because that looks like, you know, images taken straight from Monument Valley, which is in Utah, not Nevada, but I guess that doesn't matter. But I don't know, they look okay here, I guess if you're not looking at them directly. They got like weird textures on them that make it not look like Monument Valley, but that might be for the best. Anyway, the secret thing is here. And you get, I don't know what those are, Deagle magazines maybe, some MP5 ammo as well. The only problem is once you get in there, I do not think there is a way to easily get back up. So I think you have to dip into the river, which is why I said probably would have been better to try and grab that and then jump into the river to get all the rest of the stuff first. But I made a mistake. There's a snake up here too. There it is. All of these platforms are very tricky. A lot of stuff slides around. Look at them go. I think they restricted how far the camera can go, which kind of sucks. Because I remember, I think I took a picture of this too. I remember being able to like kind of zoom in pretty close to him. So something shitty's going on. I'm going to save here because I don't know what this jump is going to entail. Okay. Got our save crystal. Coming to this space here. And this becomes our current goal. We've got a giant box of TNT here, detonator up top. I think, what is this, a box of flares? I think this is only available at this particular point in time. Once we detonate that TNT box, I don't think it's going to be able to have access to that anymore. Or maybe it just vaporizes, I don't know. Anyway, we see what we need to do. But we don't have the means to actually do it yet. There's a lot of like climbable spaces. And there's very few places that you actually need to go outside of your main spots here. Like there's all this shit. Like what is all this? What do you get out of traveling across these ways? I don't see any pickups or anything. Beginner's traps, maybe? This part I remember being weird, too. That's how I got it to work. I remember I kept trying to like back up off of the thing, but I think when you get into a crawling position like that, I don't know if you need to be like at the very edge or that as far to the right as you can go, but it seemed to work. So, you know, as I always say, whatever works. Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those situations where I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to take that long jump or not. It seems like I should make it with just the standard one. But will I? Okay. Oh, shit. Well, she didn't do that last time. I guess I needed to slightly turn myself. We're going to forego the flares down there. They will be missed. Yeah, a lot of stuff in this game, you know, whether it's like picking up secrets or just basic traps or something that you need to avoid, they do try to trick you a lot of times, so you do have to kind of be careful. See, now she's not trying to climb off the thing. There we go. So I do think you need to actually get like as far to the right as you can. You could probably just jump from that one platform over to this angled one that you slide off of. But I guess if you want to grip onto it, have a little bit more control over the jump. Probably should just do that. I'm just going to save here so we don't have to mess with it. Yes, it's a little short. It's a good thing I saved. Alright, so we're going to need the long jump, I think, from a little bit further back. There we go. Once you get swept away into that river, I mean, unlike others, you don't have to worry about piranhas getting you or dropping to your death. You just fall to the bottom of the gorge, which means you have to climb all the way back up. And that sucks, so probably don't want to try and do that. It's actually easier to tell on the remaster that there's a secret here. Because you could tell with the lighting. Whereas it's all pretty neutral in the original. But it's a good one. Our Uzis. Did we get any ammo right off the bat? I'm sure we had some, yeah. Should be coming across our first set of human enemies for this place. Let's see if they're aggressive right off the bat. I think one's in here. Maybe not. I think he pops up later. Hello. So they are aggressive right off the bat. That sucks. I thought... Hold on. I thought they were like some kind of bike gang or something. Sort of seems like it. But I remember seeing like an enemy listing for these guys, and they call them dam workers. You know, there's a dam here. Maybe it's Hoover Dam. I don't know. It's the only one that's in... It's like the big one in Nevada. But... Yeah, I didn't assume they were just like regular ass employees. Especially looking like that. Maybe they live on site. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, checking something here. I see you up there. Guess it's not getting in her range. Oh, here it is. Okay. Now that we've got all this, there are... Okay. Actually, hold on. Better save just in case. I think that current may just be able to pull me if I get too close to it. But there's this lever here. Does that open? Okay, that opens this thing across the way. Which looks like it might be Deagle or Magnum ammo or something. I'd say we want that for later, but I think right after this level finishes, we're going to get all our equipment taken away. Ah, there it is. Okay. These sections can get a little dicey. So, the lever we just pulled opened up the door that we were just over here. You gotta watch it, because right when you get in here, there's a lever there. And then there's another one here. I think that opens up all the doors. We shouldn't be able to get up to the top now, but if you're not keen to where all those are, you could be spending a decent amount of time down there and accidentally end up killing yourself or losing health. But there's a switch. Throw the switch. Brings up something. Elevator, plug, I don't know. It reroutes where the water goes, though, so now this spot is dry. Water going through the other area. If you didn't grab the secret down there, I think you miss out without the water. You come down here. I don't think you need to come down here for anything, but there's a handful of pickups, so... Oh, I didn't even grab it. You don't want to fall in the water still. It's not a good idea, because regardless of where you fall in the water, you still end up... there's a health kit over there. Still end up falling all the way back to the... Not the beginning of the level, but pretty damn near it. Back at the initial, like, gorge area. Oh. Boy, I guess you just can't grab that from that particular spot. Okay, that one worked. Be able to get back the same way. Okay, I think, yeah. Gotta roll off of here. Shit. Nope, nope, nope. Second time I've almost done that. And then I'd be kicking myself. I don't know, it'd be nice to get the rockets, but they kind of seem like a pain in the ass. Maybe just a standard jump, but... seems a little bit short. I don't know. It's a weird one. Now we're starting to get stupid. Like Thinking maybe a sideways roll. Alright, that didn't work. I just like bounce right back off the thing. Well, what seems to be worth it the most, I don't know, I rarely ever use the rocket launcher, so... And again, we're going to be losing all our equipment anyway, so it's not going to matter too much, but... You could just jump down here, you come down to this spot, and then that'll, you know, kind of take you back to the area that you need to be at. But you can just go the other way too. That way you don't have to like chance falling into the water. I wonder if I can jump off the other side here. I guess that doesn't look climbable. Forgot where the grip point was. Okay. So now that we brought this thing up, I think this is where the guy shows up. Let's see. There he is. They don't really do too much to stop you. They walk at you at a very slow pace. And I don't even... I seem to remember them having like wrenches or something, but it looked like the guy was just trying to punch me earlier. I don't know how much damage that accounts for, but I can't imagine too much. Anyway, there's our TNT detonator key. So, need to go back the way we came. If you can manage to stay out of the water, that would be for the best. Once again, these jumps can be a little tricky. Son of a bitch. That's kind of a weird jump right there. I would think we'd need to be low, because that overhang up there seems pretty low itself. I feel like I just barely cleared that. Okay, so... How do I get back this way? Because I don't think I could long jump it. Oh, that might work. Oh, shit. Accidentally took a step forward. we've done that. Cool. I'm not going to worry about the flares. Sorry, flares. You can evidently see that there's like a giant boulder sitting right there. I think it activates as soon as you hit this TNT, so... I don't know if you necessarily need to be careful from this angle, but you probably want to approach it from this side as opposed to... Oh no, it just rolls right through. Okay, so you do have to watch out for it. I thought it might stop at the detonator. Okay. Oh yeah, also it did close up this spot. So, they're still in there. If you want to try and dig them out or something, I don't know. Huh. Getting up here, I would think we need to long jump across, but I don't know if I could... That doesn't look like I could stand on that. That looks a little bit too far. I don't think I could climb on any of this stuff. Maybe I do need to jump on this. Oh yeah. Okay. Almost done, but not quite. There's still a decent amount left. I'm trying to remember where we need to go first. There's this area down here, and I think ultimately this is where we need to go, but I don't think there's anything we could do here just yet. Photography in this area, or of this area, is prohibited. Warning, restricted area. It is unlawful to enter this area without permission of the institutional commander, or installation, excuse me. While on this installation, all personnel and property under their control are subject to search. Use of deadly force authorized. Probably pulled that from the actual Area 51. Anyway, I don't think there's anything we need to get down there right this second. Oh yeah. Can't forget this spot. There's a way we could go down, but then there's also this part up here. Okay, this gets us into some underwater. I think it's like a reservoir or something. There's like a tank. You can see a little bit more from the exterior. Pull that lever and inexplicably it opens up that door from that spot we were just looking at. I feel like it's weird, like the door is open here. Okay. Like it was pushing back against me, so I didn't know what that was about. So that door is definitely closed. I don't know what that lever that we just pulled does, though. Didn't show any, like, camera angle changes, so... I think before we continue on, we probably need to go into that room we just opened up. So let's go do that first. So these weird situations where you gotta go like back and forth between a couple different spots before you actually find what you need. Shit. Almost got me. Unless that was I feel like he kind of did. Maybe that was just not a poisonous snake. Okay, so that's the tank reservoir that I mentioned. I think the water needs to fill up because there's a spot that you can't access. Like you're too short for it and you can't jump up there, but when you have the water, you can just kind of climb out onto it. Alright, I guess if you don't want to climb. Oh shit. I don't know what those gurgling sounds are, but every time I hear it, it sounds like somebody shitting into a toilet. A lot of reverb, like an empty restroom. Don't you hey me. Okay. Now, you know what? I wonder if that one switch we pulled underwater, or the second one, if that opened up this door, because I think that's what ends up happening. Like if you don't end up pulling it, this door's just going to be closed, then you have to go back and pull it. I'll make a save here, because I think this is a long jump. I think that might be an electrified fence or something. I love it when Lara fires her guns. Oh shit. Did I miss another one? Plane? I didn't know that there was a third one that passed overhead. But I love it when she fires them in tandem as opposed to at the same time. What are you doing up there? Can't escape me, even if your corpse can hover. Okay, now we have the ATV, which is much more reliable and fun to drive, as we've seen in India, than some of the other vehicles. Shit. Look at the size of this key card. Oh, hey, I didn't know you could move, Lara. Oh, that's interesting. Where does it even tell you that command? Oh, that's a lot more handy for, like, positioning in photos and stuff. If you're holding the left trigger, I guess you could move her. No one ever made me mention of that. Anyway. Keycard size. Massive. You can even read what's on it. Military Police Sergeant John S. Hicks, United States Air Force. What is that? Groom Lake, Nevada? Not familiar with Groom Lake. Anyway, we need the key card in order to get into a room where a guy's locked himself up. Thank God it didn't crash. Wrong way. Hey. Oh, the pool tables in the original are hilarious. What the hell is this? It's like a giant carrying crate, like for some sort of stage storage. The Observer. Martians. They actually have the Mars face photo. It's kind of funny. It's a much better version of it in the remaster, but pictures of UFOs too, huh? Yeah, it's sad that they had like higher image quality photos of the Mars face. It just looks like some mountain now, as opposed to the face on Mars that it used to be. Everybody thought it looked like. Is this a map of Area 51? It's like much more zoomed out there. That might be like Lake Mead or something. I don't know. Anyway. Use our key card here. There is some dude hanging out waiting for us. They don't have wrenches, do they? No, wait a second, they do. Oh, no, maybe not. Kind of looked like he did. What the hell is that? Why are there rocks in here? Okay. Turn the giant battery off. Slam into all the fences that have to worry about anything shocking us. I don't think you can mess this part up, but just in case, and just in case the cutscene skips or something, I'll make a save here.
Crazy geek freak. What kind of stunt is that to pull? Let's take her in.
She don't look much like one of them. Maybe she's an eco-terrorist or something.
And they wear hot pants, huh?
Those are military fatigues. Well, rare instance where she doesn't make the biggest, wisest judgment call here. Ah, we got to see it for a second. I was going to compare the original splash screen of that to the remake. A lot more cleavage in the remaster. All right. Well, we have found ourselves inside of an Area 51 holding cell. So that's fun. A lot of ambiance going on out there. There's another one of those instances where I feel like the remaster Skybox actually looks a little bit better. Looks like we're on the surface of Mars. Anyway, all of our equipment has been taken away. No guns. Have one health kit. And that's all you get. So, kind of sucks. But I can't expect a whole lot. Anyway, I think this is probably a good spot to stop. I was thinking about stopping at the beginning of Nevada, but I kind of wanted to take a look at it to see if there's anything major going on. I didn't notice any like extreme differences between the version I played and the current patched version, but still pretty cool. We'll go ahead and end it here. Depending on what kind of progress I make with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth off stream, because I would like to get the Cosmo Canyon like extra bits done. And if I could do that sometime between now and tomorrow night, then we could be coming back with some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But if I feel like there's still a grip of stuff to do, I do think we're getting really close to the end of that game, though, so I don't know how long it's going to be, but I don't want to try and wrap up all the extra stuff, and I feel like if I'm at a good point with that, we'll come back with that. If it seems like there's still a bit more for me to do, then we'll come back with that towards the end of the week, and we'll do some more Tomb Raider, pick up with Area 51 on the next stream. So, should be pretty good. Been having fun with these two games, and we are kind of rapidly approaching the end of both of them, so it's going to be a little different. But that's going to be it for tonight, so thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it as always. And let's go raid Scoob. He's playing that Unicorn Overlord again. You probably want to take a look at that. Might end up getting it at some point. Maybe not. It's not really my style of game, but there's been some interesting visual things, so could be something I want to take a look at some point in the future. Thank you, Walrus. Glad having you here as always. You have a good night, Solidus. You take care. Everybody else, thank you, and hope to see you next time. Later.